Okay, so I'm going to do the internal video for the MAN TGL race truck, etc. So one thing I didn't show on the external videos, a second, was the access door at the side. So that contains the diesel heater that's connected straight to the main tanks. 50 litre hot water cylinder, all vented properly and installed properly with expansion vessels, etc, etc, etc. So that's just an external. You can keep tools, a few tools in there as well, and things like chargers I keep in there if I need them. Obviously I've insulated everywhere, the doors even insulated on the inside. Okay, so I'll go around to the front, around to the access door. So this truck's actually got two 200 litre diesel tanks on the other side. I did show the battery compartments which are there, one for leisure, one for engine. The relatively new leisure batteries, there's three decent sized batteries in there, running an inverter. That is an aluminium 500 litre tank off a DAF. I did show it yesterday. It takes all the sewage. It takes forever to fill. You could literally go away for a serious amount of time, and then it's a very easy drain off a waste pipe connection and a valve. So it's incorporated with steps, so you can put external steps on if you want to. You can carry them around, whatever you want to change with that. But for me, it's much easier as long as you're able enough to get up those steps. It's just so much more convenient not to worry about external steps. So the steps are built into the fuel tank. It's all on proper MAN brackets. It's all weighted. So we'll go in. That's 1-2 steps up. Okay, quite difficult to film in here because I'm using a phone. So that's the main control panel. That's all wiring loom. It's not a DIY job. It's a complete wiring loom back to the main control unit, etc. So we've got waste tanks. We've got main power for 12 volt there. You see the light come on. We've got the waste tank. Obviously it's empty at the moment, but that does take a hell of a lot for it to go up to the next amber light. You have to put a lot of waste in there. It's got the water pump. Okay, so water pump button, and battery levels. Obviously you can see the batteries are full at the moment, but actually that's because it's plugged into the mains. So the whole thing's lined out. It's insulated with 50mm Celotex. It's lined out with the speckle, not the big speckle. I don't really like that. It's a really fine speckle. I personally think it looks much better quality. It just looks black with a slight glisten to it, not lots and lots of big chunks of colour in it. Okay, so I'll come round. So that's the kitchen area. Okay, so everything you need really. I didn't put an oven in for a reason, so I've got a fridge. Everything was put in brand new. 2 years ago I think I started the conversion, and maybe finished it 18 months ago, something like that. So everything was new, including the fridge, etc. Fridge under there. I've got the air fryer, hence why I didn't bother putting a hob in. You can put a hob in if you want to. There's room for a hob there. I'd rather have the work surface and use an air fryer, to be honest. There's also water filter at the back. That filters all of the drinking water. Again, everything was new. The units aren't chipboard. The units are made out of 3/4 ply because not there's any damp issues in here at all. But if you were to spill water down the sink, I don't want to start having to rip units out of the truck and things like that, because there's been a water leak, which there hasn't. But even so, I think plywood's a better job. So the door's obviously a standard size. So 3 decent sized cupboards. Okay, we've got a lot of our racing gear in there at the moment rather than food. The 3 decent sized cupboards. Sockets everywhere pretty much. The sockets I've put odd normal sockets in, and then some of them are a USB. Okay, all trunked up, etc. Windows, so if I stand back as far as the kitchen as I can. So 2 decent windows, one in the sort of living area, one in the upper king size, super king size rather bed living area. I can't do it with one hand, but they've all got the fly screens come down, they click onto the bottom, and then these blinds come up. So you can have it on fly screen or you can have it on blind. They're lined out really neatly. I know you do see quite a lot of these that are put in and they're not lined out well at all. luckily I've got machinery for shaping timber and stuff like that, so I actually think I've done quite a neat job of that. So again, 50mm insulation in the walls, 50mm cross insulation, so 2 lots of 25mm in the ceilings, all glued and battened to the aluminium. Nothing's going through the roof apart from the skylights. So front skylight, rear skylight, obviously again fairly new stuff. It's not second hand out of a caravan or anything like that, it was all brand new. Now the seating area I did as an L shape. I've removed the cushions I was using. I've actually got foam for this. The only thing in the truck that needs to be really finished is upholstering that backboard and upholstering some seat covers for there. That's it. I've actually got the foam and the material, I just haven't got around to doing it because I've been so busy. But that lifts up. You can see the expansion vessels for hot and cold water. So what it does, it stops the pumps constantly surging when you put water on. It's not constantly cutting in the pump, you can hear it. That's running off the 12-volt pump, but because of those vessels it doesn't constantly cut in when you're having a shower. Inverter, there's another socket in there. That inverter will run, obviously I run kettles and stuff like that off it. It probably wouldn't run the air fryer, I'd run that off a generator, but it does several kettles, etc. So if you haven't got mains, that's the main control unit, all linked to the original button, again all on wiring looms, etc. There's a few little spare parts for that and stuff like that. The electric hookups there as well. That's where the electric comes in from the outside. So 2 more compartments here. So that is, I can't remember, I think it's something like a 240 litre potable water tank. So it's all piped up properly with check valves, vents, etc. So there's quite a lot of water there. Now obviously the septic tank, which is the big aluminium tank outside, that'll probably take, I don't know, 2 or 2.5 of those at least. So obviously if you're travelling to site, quite a lot of people fill up on site, but you can just keep filling the septic tank up, and all you need to top up, if you did use up 240 litres of water, you were there for quite a long time and you use that, you could fill your water up and don't worry about emptying your big tank. For racing I keep axles and things like that in there as well, my umbrellas in there and stuff like that. Okay, so this door, show you this. That goes through to the rear garage. So the rear garage was on the other video. You can walk through there. Okay, I wouldn't say it's my head height because I'm a bit tall, but it's probably about 5'8" clearance or something like that. But you can just look under there. It's straight to the back. Whatever you want to do that really. I mean, we use it for racing, so it's been left as a race and a car garage. You can see race carts and stuff in there. But obviously, if anybody that didn't race, you motorbikes, no problem. There's tail lift on the outside for motorbikes, so whatever you put in there. If you didn't do that, you wanted to convert that to another double bedroom, you could quite easily do that. I think that's probably what I'd do, because we're stopping racing. If I was going to keep it, that's probably what I'd do, is convert that to another double bedroom in there. So just stepping up, I'm just going to show you. So that's the bottom cupboards. So I step up onto there, and then I've got this seating area. So normally just sort of sit on here, TV smart. There's no SIM card in the router at the moment, but it's got a 4G router built into the truck, so it's got its own Wi-Fi, etc. It's also network cabled, so there's a network cable from the router straight to the TV for gaming, so it's a little bit quicker connection, but it's also Wi-Fi. Again, another view of the kitchen. Okay, I'll just show you the bathroom, which is through this other door. So that's the door into the garage, that's the entrance door, and this is the bathroom. So I'll put the light on first. So electric flushing toilet. Hopefully you can hear that. So electric flushing toilet. It's actually a yacht toilet, a better quality toilet. Again, all lined out. Some little racks in there. We've got all towel racks put in, chrome towel racks. Proper power shower. Nice black curtain to match everything else. I think an 800 by 800 shower, full-size shower tray, hot and cold valve, power head, extractor. So, oops, sorry, wrong one. That's the extractor. You can hear that. So that's extracted straight to the outside. Okay. So that all the waste from that again goes straight to the black tank, all through traps, etc., etc. So if we just quickly go up top. So potentially, that is seating area, but it just needs upholstering, and that's all there is to do on the truck. There's nothing else. And I've even got the stuff. You could, I thought about, if I was keeping it, making a fold out for there, so that made another double bed. It'll probably make a 3.5 foot double or something like that as a fold out at night, but we've never needed it because of the amount of space we've got. So there's I would say a short bed there. That's a seating area. Can use as a short bed. Child's bed, it's 5 foot. I don't know, maybe 5'5", 5'6", something like that. And then you can step up here. Full size single there. There's USB charging points. I can't really show you. Oh, I can. There's lights and USB charging points in there. That's my son's sort of bedroom. We've been away last weekend in it, but that's full size single. Nice separate little area. A little bit of a return there for a little bit of privacy. Okay. The septic tank is vented to the roof, so you never get septic tank smells or anything like that. It's vented to the roof as it would be in an RV. Super king size. Mattresses are, I say, new. I don't know, maybe they're a year old. If I've slept on that mattress 5 times since new, I'd be surprised, because we've pretty much retired from racing. So again, same windows downstairs. We've got lights all along, so there's an end light there for the king size, there's a middle light, and there's a front light here, and there's various lights under the kitchen under the kitchen pelmets, etc. And then up here there's another area which I didn't really know what I wanted to do with that. I was either going to frame it, put doors on the front and have it as a little wardrobe or a big storage unit for clothes, but I didn't do it because I thought, if somebody wanted the truck and they'd got a few small children, actually what they've got is a king size here, a short single there for a toddler or a little bit bigger, a full size single there, another short single there, and potentially a 3/4 double here. Plus there is 2 full size bunks in the cab of the truck. Very decent sized bunks as well, not tiny ones. There's a nice, really nice solid one with the mattress, and then there's a fold down one in the truck as well. So a lot of potential sleeping areas. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 7, maybe 8, 9 sleeping areas if you wanted to. You can't carry that many in the truck, obviously, but if you were going to a race meeting or something like that and you were a team, 7 or 8 people sleeping in here that were finding their own transport to the track. Very usable truck, absolutely nothing to do apart from that little bit of upholstery. Everything's been done properly, everything's been wired properly, plumbed properly. Underneath the floor, actually put carpet tiles down, but that's actually got an oak click floor under there, not laminate. It's actually solid oak click. I put that down. The floor's fully insulated as well. I put the oak down and then decided that we're probably going to scratch it up racing, so we just decided to put some carpet tiles down. So they're not glued down. Those carpet tiles could come up if you wanted the oak floor below that, but actually I think it looks quite cosy like that. So any questions, send me an email. I think if there's anything else I've missed. I don't think there is. The truck was built from scratch, purpose built for racing, hence why we've got that massive area in the back. Mechanically wise, I'll just say what we've said. It's had two new front tyres for the MOT. Didn't necessarily need them, but it was flagged last year, so I put them on anyway. And they've done 200-300 miles since they've gone on. That's all. It's had a new centre part of the exhaust. The exhaust in good condition. It was a centre part, and that was replaced very recently, just for the MOT, just as an assurance it would pass. It did pass the MOT again. So I've had it 3 years, I think, and it's passed every year. Air suspension, adjustable air suspension on the back, air cab suspension on the front. Doesn't use any oil, doesn't use any water, etc. It is limited to 56 miles an hour. It's got a limiter on it. I don't ever find that a problem, to be honest. And it's absolutely a great truck to drive. I've driven a few trucks over the years, and it certainly drives more like a car than a truck. There's no sort of obvious problems caused by its size at all. It's quite as short, relatively, for how much space there is in this truck. I'll just do a pan round, and how I've designed it. Bathroom. I think it's a short truck with a lot of space. I think it comes in at about 28.5 foot, and that includes the sleeper cab, obviously. So with all the living space, the garage, and everything else, very usable truck. Just message me with any interest. There's also obviously it's a race truck. Any kart teams, karting families, or anything like that are looking at this truck, it has got a kart plate on it. There are 3 karts, 2 karts with engines, 1 spare chassis, and an absolute ton of kart spares and tools because we're retiring. And that are also going. There's also a 4 metre by 4 metre surf and turf awning, which is virtually brand new. Which is the really heavy duty one they do. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the really heavy duty hex section awning with all the sides and everything else, which is virtually a new awning. It's been up about 4 times. Okay, thank you for looking.